Hey, what is up? Welcome to Eco. In the last episode, I put down these water wheels over here. I crafted a few skill books, did some odds and ends, and most of all, I prepared for the milling skill by harvesting all our flax over here. Between episodes, I started making flax seeds from the flax. Right now our farming table is making sunflower seeds because I had a bunch of sunflowers left over and they needed processing. So right now we have about 1000 sunflower seeds, about 1200 flax seeds. So that should definitely get us starting when we get the skill point. I also arranged the storages for our mills a bit. So we have flour and co, where mostly the outputs should go, and then the milling where all those seeds are, and then the mills are allowed to pull from raw veggies, most of all where we will have our wheat, where we have the beets, but also raw fruits where we have the huckleberries to make sugar. I did not harvest any of those. I think we have enough to make just a handful of sugar, because that sugar is only needed for now in here in the sweet jerky recipe and nowhere else. So I don't want to harvest too much and let it go to waste after that. Let us wait for the remaining 28 seconds until we get the skill point, and then we can start milling. One thing that I would like to do is take one of the mills and configure the storage a bit differently. I would like to have a separate of these ice boxes for the flax oil, because I don't want the flax oil to be mixed up with the other oil and then by accident we use it when cooking. So let me rename this one flax oil. And then let's just see if we can reach that icebox from here. There's a sausages box, campfire staging, cooked food. Of course not, so I will have to use apparently this mill for flax oil. Let's see, storages. Sausages, campfire staging, cooked food. There it is. So let's move you up. And you are allowed to put stuff in here. No one should be taking from this, but I guess that's not the big problem. And you should not put stuff in here, so let's move this one down. So this one is the flax oil mill. And we can get started by, well, taking the skill point first. That is the farming profession, milling, learn this. Yes, please. And now we can get started with flax seed oil. I'm sorry. Right now we have a 45% reduction. We get a bit more when we get to level 6. And then a bit more when we get to level 7 and can make the specific milling plugin. Right now we just have the basic upgrade for. So how about 50? Sounds like a good number. Oh, this requires milling 3. Okay, so we will have to wait with this one. Let's get to a different mill and see what we can actually make right now. We can make flour and normal oil and rice flour and sugar. I would say let's go for some, and beet sugar as well. Let's make some sugar over here. 20. Maybe let's go for 30. Start this project. Go for some, I guess, sugar as well. What do we need rice flour for? Nothing, we can make it. Some normal sugar as well, why not? 10. And then get to the other mill, and over here we make some flour. How about 100? Sounds good. Maybe even 200, why not? And then after making that, if I want to make actual oil, what kind of oil can I make? I can make normal oil, which I can make after making the flour, because the flour will produce the cereal germs which are needed for the basic oil recipe. Good. Let me see over here. Cooked food, sausages, raw veggies, raw fruit. And I should see the Flour and Co. where I should be allowed to take from, but not put into. And let's put this before the cooked food thing, because in the cooked food we will have the tallow, and whenever we can use oil, I want to use oil over tallow as fat resource for frying, for example, because tallow is harder to come by than actual oil. So we have some sugar, we have some flour. Let's see what we can craft right now. There have to be the stews, right? Field campfire stew. There is level 2. That's great. Fish stew. They all require fat, right? Let's just go for stew. Fish stew, meaty stew. For both I need charred fish or charred meat. But I guess this one is a bit cheaper because crab meat is cheap to come by. Let's see if I want to have normal oil for fat resource. I should get over here and say, make some oil. You can't. Then let's queue 10 and put those in front, and as soon as we have some oil we will use it. Any stew that does not require oil, the wild stew. Let's see. Gives us 1100 calories, so we want to eat at least 2 of them. Start. And get over here. We need into the staging some of this. Some of this, I think. And beans. And I will put half of these back because I think I did not allow the mills to access the campfire staging, but that's okay. Already done. Let's taste wild stew for the first time. Stomach is full. Great. Not what I wanted to hear. You know what? We will have to shift it a bit, but let's kick this off and make some more flour. 100 from your side as well. 200 just to get us started. And then later I will have to get some more wheat. But now we have an empty enough stomach to eat some white stew, and it's delicious. So this will replace, I think, our root campfire salad, because it's major in vitamins. Very nice. We have one oil in here. I guess I wait for a second one to make 2 of the next few stews. What do we have? Field campfire is carbs, which I think is usually not that much needed. In the past days I have not eaten a lot of tomatoes, fried tomatoes for example. Fish stew or meaty stew. I want to do the meaty stew. I should do some charred meat then. Let's make 20. Wood campfire stew, we can access anything we need for this. How's our storage going? Okay. Let's go for the root campfire stew, which is the stew that had most fat. I think the meaty stew will have mostly protein. The jungle has fat as well, so this is also interesting. And the field one has carbs. Let's go for roots, meaning fat. 2 of those. I should probably... No, this is moved before this one. It's okay. And here goes level 3. So we can start scaling up in the flags as well. So let's go for 100. We don't have the 880 flax seed just yet, but we will in some time. And I guess we should also be able to make sunflower oil. No, that requires milling level 4. Okay. There is a root campfire stew. Crafting more stew. Let's go for 2 meaty stew. Why is it taking tallow instead of the oil? Because we had 21 before and we have only 19 tallow now, and it does not appear to take that one. That one should be done as well. Great. And next is the jungle campfire stew. We need some fungus. What else? We need papayas. We will have to get some papayas. Sometimes it's hard to actually get them targeted correctly. I think down here is better. I'll take just the one row here. Or until the inventory is full. And put those into staging. I guess I want 2 of those as well. Fish stew is basically the same as meaty stew. Different recipe, same result. So let's go for this one next. I guess, yes, 2 as well. And you will need tomatoes and corn, so move those up as well. Okay, let's taste the root campfire stew. Apparently not. How about the meaty stew? Tastes good, that's great. Because it does not only provide protein, but also a lot of fat. So with this in our diet, we will only rarely need some fatty stuff, I think. And then we have the field and the jungle, which could be another source of fatty stuff. Let's taste this one. Well, then let's get some more wheat to burn some calories and enable our mills to actually mill all the wheat that I told them to. I guess 4 rows should be enough. If I even can get that far. I can't. So let's do 2 things. First of all, stash the wheat we have in this box. And then go and distribute all these hewn benches, because I made a few more hewn benches since we are not near the cap of the seating support in our rooms. So put these over there, or just take this one and put it in the corner over here. You go there, you go there, and one bench over here. How are we doing? This is probably this bedroom. Seating support from 4.73 capped to 3.9. That's okay. Yeah, we can do that in the other ones as well. And right here we can just put down a bench and see how our best bathroom is doing. It's not doing anything just yet. Maybe it takes some time to get updated. Here we go. It's still not capped, so we could actually add a table in there in the bathroom. If someone wants to sit at a table in the bathroom. And over here we make it like so. Turn you around correctly. And add a bench in the corner over here. Let's see, where do we put the bench in this one? You go there. Bench goes there. For now I can also just put benches in the corners, but maybe I'll rearrange the furniture later. Just a bit. You only have one chair? That's odd. Okay, I probably should make some chairs as well then. So 3 chairs for the for the living rooms and 3 tables for the bathrooms, I guess. Get some fibers. There is level 4, so we can go and make that sunflower oil as well. Great. Now let me taste at least one jungle campfire stew. It tastes okay, so that will be our source of fat instead of the root campfire stew, I guess. How different are they? This one has a bit more protein. This one has a bit more vitamins. Well, and let's taste the last one. Stomach is full again. So how are you doing? Still some things to do, and over here still a lot to do. So let's get back over here and make some sunflower oil. Okay, we have a few sunflower seeds. Make me 100. And taste that field campfire stew. It's delicious, great. So in terms of stew, we have delicious field campfire stew, good meaty stew, delicious wild stew, and okay jungle campfire stew, and bad root campfire stew. I think that's quite a good combination. So we make a few of each: field, jungle, root, and wild. Let's make, how many? 20? 40? 40 would be appropriate numbers for the 52.5% reduction that we get. So 40 field, 40 meaty, 40 jungle, and 40 wild stew. And to make these work, we will probably have to go and gather some stuff. But first, I want to finish my wheat harvest over here. and replant the stuff. Before I go and harvest other things. Okay, let me see. Those are 4. Let's just use up those calories. Those are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 times 4, so we need 40 seeds. Not 32, I'm searching for wheat. And here I want 32. I'll just queue those at the end, and I will deal with that later, I guess. I will replant after. You get some more corn, wheat. And we repair this one. Okay. And we will have to make a few more whetstones. That's fine. We won't make the whole 40 right now, but a few is better than nothing. Okay, then. Let me see. What do we need? You need more huckleberries. Okay. You need more fungi. And you need more charred meat. Charred meat we can make. How many more do you need? 40 more. Huckleberries, fungi, charred meat, and that's actually it. Okay. Let me pick up a cart. And get a few rows of huckleberries. And move this one over. This is the next row I need to harvest. I think 180 should be enough. Yes, definitely. I can even make some more sugar from those. So that's great. And next is, I guess, criminy mushrooms. Up here. Let's get this row and replant it later. I just switched to the shovel so I don't get the animation of getting the mushrooms in hand every time, and it takes just so much longer. Okay, get those up. Can I reach the raw veggies for these? Well, I don't need them in the raw veggies, actually. I need them in the campfire staging, so let's just put everything in here. And those go into seeds, and those as well. How are you doing? Still working on flour, that's great. And you are already working on the sunflower oil, okay, because there's no beets. Let's get some beets. You know what? Let's not get some beets right now. Let's instead get in here and take some sugar. Let's say 10. Get into... Where is the sausage box? Here? Yes. 10 of those. And go to make some sweet jerky. Oh, it needs even more stuff. Do you have access to the campfire staging? If I put you over there. Yes, and you have access to the cooked food. That's great. So you can take from here. You can... That's not the one I wanted. You can take from there, and you can put into here. So let's put the flour in there. Put some of this in here. And then get the sweet deer jerky going. And maybe even put some pumpkins in front of the huckleberries to have another kind of food here, of fruit. Well, I guess we'll do it like this. I need oil in here as well, right? No oil to be made just yet. Okay. Then at least I queue. How much calories do you give? 600. So I need at least 4. Not 14. 4. I guess 40 will be... No, it's 20. So I can just go for 4. It's fine. Make normal oil. 40, okay, 20. And put this in front. Okay, I think with that I will have to just wait a few things out because we don't have enough oil for this just yet. We don't have enough flour for the other stews that are cooking. I will go off camera a bit and harvest some beets, replant some wheat, and I will do that after I check this one, and we go for focus workflow, double speed, so we get there a bit faster. We'll get all the oils, so we could also make fish oil. I could just go ahead and clean a few fishes as well. But that's another craft I will have to wait for. Clean medium fish. Let's just go crazy and get 40 medium fish cleaned. 60. So we have something to craft oil from. I will see you in a couple minutes when most of these crafts are done and we can do some more cooking and we can taste the sweet deer jerky. See you on the other side. Okay, that was all the replanting, harvesting of more beets and stuff like that. So let's see how we are doing. You are still making some oil, some flour. You are also still making flour, okay. Over here we are actually done, so we could make cottonseed oil if we had cottonseed. But what I think we can do is some fish oil, because our fish processing has just stopped. So let's go over here, storage, get the raw fish. How are these going? Okay. Wait a second, only 32. How about 132? And put that into the milling box. So you get to make fish oil. Let's go for 20, 40, 132. Great. Just make some oil. We also finished the crafting of our 4 favorite stews and the sweet deer jerky. So let's give that one a taste. Tastes good, great. But I think our meaty stew also tastes good, so I will prefer that one, because this one has 30 nutrients and this one actually has more. It has 35, but only 600 calories. Oh boy. I probably should eat a mix of the two, because this one will be hard to make in terms of logistics, because I have to get all the stuff over to the drying rack. Maybe I can get to something where I put it somewhere over here where it might have access, but that's I can try out. Well, I can try it out now. Why not? Let's see. Put you down. Over here. How about that? Storages. You can have access to sausages. That's great. You can have access to flour, etc. I don't you to want to put into those things, however. Veggies, what do you need access to? You need access to fish. You need access to meat that you have. Sugar and oil, meat and fruit. You don't actually need veggies, but that's okay. You need access to milling, not really. cooked food is where you put your stuff. And raw fruit is where you pull your raw fruit from. Although I'll probably use campfire staging because this acts as the fruit tag, which means anything whether I want it or not, so I will stage those as well. None of these either. And you don't need access to those either. Fish, however, is something different, but if I make fish in this station, I should take the cleaned fish and move it over anyway to have it in a cool location. Same for these, actually. You go in there. And then there's something else. I have a new craving for field campfire stew. Let's eat one of those, and we immediately got a boost for our XP. Variety bonus is okay. I will no longer eat raw fruit and other raw stuffs. And the balanced diet bonus is great. Tastiness bonus I think will go up because we have more things that taste good or even delicious right now. So this is a good progress, I would say. Let me see. I'll have to put that upgrade back down there. Here you go. Next thing, we already have level 6 milling, so let's go here and get the lavish workspace. Yes, I would. Still making more oil. How many crafts will you do? You will be making 70-ish more crafts. Flour. And each craft will yield 1 flour. Okay. And one of those? Okay. So that will give us 70 more cereal germs, and the other one over here will also give us 70 more cereal germs, so that's 140. Then let's make some more oil. 140 by 5, that's 28. So let's go for 30. 40? 40, I guess. We can divide this by 2, then we can divide this by 2 still, so 30 is okay. Let's go this. Put this in front as well, and then we will see how much remains in the end. You are done with the fish oil already? Okay, fish oil is fast. I think also for the stews, I will actually prefer to make fish stew, thinking of it. Because, yes, I will have to do 2 charred fish, and it's a bit more fish that goes in here than meat that goes in here. But fish is so much easier to come by because I only have to walk up here and get these fish out of storage. So yeah, it's easier than hunting. So making fish stew is easier than making meat stew. Alright, I think that's it for the milling part of this episode. I will continue to make the flour and then go over to make all the flaxseed oil, which I will just store until we can actually use it. But that won't come until, I guess, 20-ish hours from now. So this one says it takes 10 more hours to get to the next stars. I will have to take 2 more stars, which will be first smelting and then blacksmithing. Because when we are a blacksmith, we can make nails and flaxseed oil together with boards equals lumber, which is the next material, building material that we get in the next tier of building materials. And this is why I am storing that much flaxseed or flaxseed oil, because we will more or less have to replace most of these 2 houses again with a different kind of block, which is lumber. But that's in 20 hours. Until then, there's lots of things still to do. For example, I did craft some garden gravel, which when I find my card again, will use for these paths here in between. Because you see right now, this part over here is already pretty brown because it's trampled, because I already always go back and forth in here, this part as well. So I will replace all the dirt that you see in here with garden gravel, so it doesn't look that worn anymore. Apparently the stuff is heavy, so let's do that in the next time. I guess off camera, because, well, I don't think it will be that interesting watching me shovel and exchange stuff. I don't want to put all of the stuff back, but some of it, so I can put dirt in here. Great. The other thing that I want to do is extend a bit what I have down here. Right now, I only have like this small tunnel in here that goes back to the entrance of my mine down here. What I would like to do is have 2 large lumber stockpiles when we will be able to make them. And those will basically go here under these corners, one over here and one down here. And I will have to dig quite a bit of a cave down there, because large lumber stockpiles are 12 by 12 and 11 tiles high. So this will be quite of an excavation down here, which I will do between now, probably over the next episode, until we actually can make lumber and lumber stockpiles. So I have some tasks to do, but I think this is it for the interesting part, for the non-repetitive part. And that means that's it for this episode. I will probably see you for the next one when we have the next star. Unless I find something interesting to do in between this star and the next one. But the latest would be the next star, which we will use for smelting. So, thanks so much for being here. Take care. And bye-bye.